Hello and welcome back to my vlog. The 23rd day. A week left after this, right? Of the 30-day mental diet. Learn to avoid stress and anxiety. You create your problems. Today's living seems to be filled with stress, anxiety, and pressure. Everybody, in one way or another, apparently suffers from being alive in our present civilization. Although the causes of such conditions may exist in the world about you, you alone determine how you are going to react to them. You have the privilege of allowing conditions around you to become the cause of problems within you or to rise above them. Mind and body. It has been ascertained that the mental reactions you have to conditions about you are responsible for specific bodily reactions. The longer a sustained adverse mental reaction is maintained, the more severe will become the body's reaction, and eventually you can find yourself with a serious health problem. In other words, your sustained negative mental attitudes can and do become tangible as disease. Medical chronicles are filled with illustrations of the way the process occurs. The body has no choice but to correspond in nature and function to the quality of your thoughts and emotions. No one is exempt. If there is one thing you cannot do, it is to divorce your body from the body of your thought. Simple illustrations of the way the heart beats faster as a result of a sense of fear, the way the stomach becomes upset with feelings of hate, and the manner in which the intestines behave with emotional extremes, all point out the unity of your being. These are obvious occurrences, but there are many others which you are not so aware of. And all too often, extreme damage could be done before you realize the detrimental nature of the negative mental sprees you may indulge in. Don't stop living. You cannot avoid the various problems that arise in the course of daily living. They are part and parcel of life and are to be squarely faced and adequately met. But in the process, you must always be alert to dealing with the situation objectively and not literally swallowing the problem and letting it create havoc within you. You have to learn to keep things in their proper places. If you let an external problem develop into an internal problem of an ulcer, you have gained nothing. But now you have two problems instead of one. The answer is not a matter of avoiding life, but of dealing with it in a healthy manner. The place for problems. The problems you encounter in your daily experience are external to you. Leave them there. You can deal with them much better if they are out where you can see them, properly appraise them, and determine an adequate course of action. However, once you bring them into yourself, you find your mind becomes a turmoil, your emotions erratic, and your body begins to malfunction. When you realize that your mind and individualization of the one mind can transcend any negative experience you might encounter, then you have a starting place for properly dealing with whatever problem you have. You approach it with constructive tools of thought which can correct it. Life is interesting. What makes life interesting is the challenges that you encounter. A state of continual bliss would be intolerable. You have your ups and downs, your joys and heartaches. Variety is necessary for an interest in living. But it is the negative extremes you need to avoid, and particularly those that you maintain for a long period of time. Life is to be enjoyed, but you will never have a chance to enjoy it if you let yourself wallow in a bog of stress, anxiety, and pressure. These reactions are vital and necessary so that you may do and be the best that you are, but you cannot allow them to run wild. Work with yourself. There are many pills and potions on the market today for minimizing or relieving extreme reactions to the stresses and strains of living, and in some instances, they have worked wonders. But they mostly seem to be of little value in correcting the external problem or the individual's basic ability to properly meet it. The ability to have a normal, healthy life without the adverse influence of destructive emotional reactions rests in what you can do about the way you think. To properly face a problem situation, you must first face yourself. enjoyable living. If you can come to accept that mind, in its infinite wisdom, knows what to do about the situation in which you are involved, that you are rightly guided and directed in what you do and say relative to it, and also that its individualization as your mind permits of no destructive reaction, then you can relax with a calm mental assurance and an emotional stability that will permit you to live as you should live. Mental stimulants. Science. But whether he puts his faith in God or in creation, man realizes that his ultimate aim must outlast the moment. This should lead us through a meaningful, happy, active, and long life, steering us clear of the unpleasant and unnecessary stresses of fights, frustrations, and insecurities. Hans Selye. Philosophy. Faith is the basis of our present world, and lack of faith the source of our discords. Ralph Tyler Fluelling. Religion. Whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. 1 John 5:4. The diet. I face life with calm assurance, a feeling of strength and security that enables me to discover a newfound joy. Gone are the damaging stresses, anxieties, and pressures I formerly experienced, for I know that the life that is at the center of my being knows nothing of these things, and it now guides and directs me in all that I do. Mental turmoil, emotional imbalance, and physical disturbances cease to be part of my experience, for I know them to be no part of God, whose life I now accept as my life. I handle all things that need to be taken care of in an enthusiastic manner that is creative and good. All that is to be done in my daily life I do with ease and joy. With confidence I know that God, to whom all things are known, makes known to me the proper thing to do at the proper time. I do not avoid living, but enter into living more enthusiastically, for I know that the more I express life, the more it expresses itself in wholeness and completeness in me. I start to live anew, new in mind, new in feeling, and new in body. Capsule supplement. In God there is only good. There are no opposites, irritations, stresses, or strains. I now accept God as the source of my life and experience only harmony in my daily living. Today I will apply this idea to these aspects of my thoughts and actions. Fill in the blank. My particular problem, condition, or situation which it can be used to correct is, fill in the blank. Tomorrow, the 24th day, the start of the last week. How to ensure your health. And I'm sure I'll have extra to say about that at some point in time. Make it a great day, and bye for now.